Hi, my name is Danielle, and for discussion 1, chapters 1 and 2, I wanted to talk about the terms intersex and hormones. So, in chapter 1, we talk about intersex. Well, it mentions intersex, and the term is defined as, bodies when the reproductive or sexual anatomy doesn't fit the typical definitions of male or female. And then you have hormones, on the other hand, where are the chemicals that are produced within both males and females. And that is one thing that I like that is pointed out, that because we exist in a society that's binary, gender binary, and the whole existence of associative memory in the gender binary glasses, you have a case where when people hear hormones, they typically think of gender associative hormones, where you have male hormones, aka testosterone, or female hormones, aka estrogen, without recognizing the fact that male or female can hold both, that everyone regulates some level of each testosterone, and if anything, the levels of testosterone that exist within a person is what typically changes or fluctuates person to person, but it's not necessarily gender specific. And at the same time, I wanted to tie that back to the whole, well, then what about intersex? Because I understand that intersex is basically based off if the reproductive organs or the sexual organs don't match correctly with what is typically perceived. But then you have, certain cases where you have, say, a man with Klinefelter syndrome, where he does have all of, the genetic, a man with Klinefelter syndrome, if he presents with the sexual reproductive organs of a man, but they are non-functioning because maybe his testicles are too small, or the shaft is what if they're non-functioning sexual reproductive organs because of a chromosomal abnormality? Does that person also qualify to be intersex if the organs are present but not functioning? Like a woman with Turner syndrome, if she only has one X chromosome, and yes, she does have sexual organs, so she does have the ability to reproduce, but the reproduction is only feasible if she's able to get estrogen supplements. Does she get counted as intersex? What happens in the case where technically they do? Because in Klinefelter syndrome, although he has the reproductive organs of a man, he might not be fertile. It might not be, he might not have the ability to use it. And I'm not saying that, infertility connects you back to that, but I'm saying the reason that causes his infertility is because of that extra X chromosome. Or, in Turner syndrome, it's because of that missing Y chromosome. Not missing Y, it's because of that missing second X chromosome. So if there's a chromosomal abnormality that causes an issue with your reproductive issues, does that loop you into being intersex? Or how would we classify those people?